Hi everyone. Hope you guys are doing amazing. I'm so glad you joined me on our next amazing video. For those who don't know me, my name is Taishita. I am the founder and CEO of Luxury Travels by Dreamy Designer Events. We deal with all things of elite, high-end travel, event planning, and corporate management for retreats, as well as conferences worldwide. Today, I am here to go over my personal top 10 different tours, activities that you can do in Amsterdam. For those who have not been, you can play back on my past couple of videos to kind of get more familiar about what the city has to offer, things of that manner. I am also going to drop down in the comments. You can sign up to join our email list. On those lists, also send out exclusive, different destination facts, goes into a little bit more detail, things to do, places to see, things of that manner. So you definitely get a little bit more in depth, and it's not just for Amsterdam. Every month we do different destinations, things of that manner. So it definitely can enrich that information for you. But in addition to that, any tips in terms of holidays coming up, special events, things that you can do either for yourself, for your corporate, or for your family, I'll also be giving that on here as well. So I'm so glad you joined me. And the one thing I want to say, especially with Amsterdam, every city, country is a little bit different depending on what you're trying to experience. But with Amsterdam particularly, time of the year is everything. So there are certain times of the year that some tours are better to experience. There's other times that you can pretty much do it year round. So I just say that too because I'm going to go over a lot of things that you can do within the city as well as things you can do on the countryside. However, time of the year is everything. So that is one thing we do pride ourselves on and making sure with our clientele, based off of what they're trying to experience, everything is catered for that so that you can go there and you can have an amazing time and not kind of be let down or, have one expectation. But when you get there, there's something different. That's one thing. When it comes to Amsterdam, there's a ton, as most cities and most countries, there's a ton of different things to do. I'm just going over the top ones that either experience, have clients, or just ones that are typically more popular, but that doesn't mean there's not other things for you to do. So typically, anyone who's looking to experience something that's a little bit different, unique, they can either reach out via email or they can schedule one of the free consultations that we have, and we can kind of go over deeper information to also create a custom itinerary that fits what your likes and things of that man that you're looking to experience. If you're going for a corporate thing, definitely I recommend booking the consultation because we can pretty much cater it to the type of experience you're looking for the attendees or for your employees to experience while you're there. Okay. Great. So join me and we'll jump right into it. Welcome to Amsterdam, and these are the top 10 tours that I recommend. The first one, this one is the tulips field with the Dutch windmill. This one is actually really amazing. So this one takes you a little bit outside of the city. This is one of those tours, like I said before, that time of the year is going to be everything. They may offer it outside or like at the cusp before and after tulip season, but this is one that timing is pretty much everything because if you're looking to get that experience, which if you guys heard one of my previous videos, this is the one thing I've had a ton of clients and companies that have planned something similar to this. But this is one thing that there's a very big window that you have to go in order to get those colorful, the scenery, all of that stuff for this particular tour. But this is one, if you're in there for that time of the year, you really don't want to miss it, honestly. It's like a day tour. It leaves out of Amsterdam. You get a chance to experience the windmills. You'll have lunch, and then you'll also be able to see the amazing views of tulips, as you see in those pictures, which is kind of mind-blowing, and you can take some gorgeous photos. So it's definitely a way to experience it, but you definitely don't want to miss it. So this is one that's amazing. This one will actually take you more to the countryside of the Netherlands. So you're going to definitely be going outside the city. And this is one that I say that time of the year traveling is very important. So obviously spring and summer is pretty good. Anything outside of that is probably gonna be a little bit hit or miss. But again, our clientele just come to us and we'll be able to work it so you can make sure you get those views or can probably offset and recommend something that could be similar, but that you may get a better experience. This particular tour is very nice, because not only do you get to see the Netherlands, you get to see the cheese factory, you get to see the windmills, you get a really chance to embrace that Dutch feeling of where you guys currently are, and that's very important, because a lot of people, some people want to travel, which is amazing. You want to take in the sights, relax, things in that manner. But I always say when you go to different countries and you go to different cities, the most important part is immersing yourself where you are, because you're somewhere different than where you live or what you're used to. So really taking in exactly what their heritage is, what their culture is, it really goes a long way, and it definitely enhances, in my personal opinion, your experience, because you can say you've been there, but you also can actually say that you've experienced the city, which is so important. This one right here takes you right back into the city, which I 100% recommend, and I tell a lot of my clients that if you're going to a city, a food tour is one of the best parts for you to experience. And I'll tell you this for two reasons. A food tour, it not only lets you experience where you are, what you're gonna take in while you're there, the type of food you're gonna eat while you're there, the history behind it. But it also really gives you a chance to explore places that you may not have known to go any other time of the year. So like if you just went there and you were walking around, you may not even known that this place was, had good cheese or had good drinks or things of that manner. And these food tours really definitely enhance that. I normally recommend taking these food tours closer to the beginning of the trip. And I'll say this for two reasons. One, because if you really enjoyed any place that you kind of got like a snack or a taste of it, you have more than enough time to go back there. And the second reason is because most of the time your guide is either a local, someone close to the area, things of that manner. So if you want to experience something, you can ask questions. They'll even give you other information that you may not even thought about asking before. And you can definitely take that and use it for the rest of the trip as well. So that's why I say it's always very important. But these tours are so crucial to making sure that you're having a good experience, but you're also tasting really good food. Like you're not tasting the food that you can probably get back when you're home. You're not tasting the same type of food that you can get anywhere else. You're tasting that local cuisine, whether it's a mom and pop, whether it's someone that's a family business, anything of the end of that in general, you get a chance to experience. This one right here again takes you towards the countryside of the Netherlands. This is really nice because this one you get a chance to experience not only the windmills, the cheese, but also you get to see how clogs are made. So I would say these are like the fun ones. These are like the things where you could do these in a day. I normally recommend if you're in Amsterdam for a couple, I'll probably say minimum 3 nights. 3 or 4 nights, you're good with 1 full day tour. I don't think you need any more than that. If you happen to be there longer or if you're on, like, a cruise and you have, like, a couple of nights before and a couple of nights after or things of that manner, you can always squeeze in a little bit more, but normally, if you're there 3 nights for 1 full day tour would be really nice because it gives you a chance to experience the city for the rest of the days that you actually are there, so you can take in Amsterdam. Now, if you're going back to Amsterdam, like say, for example, if you've been there and you're going back there, either extension onto a trip, different time of the year, another cruise, then you can always do more day trips because you're like, oh, I experienced Amsterdam already. So now I want to take it outside of the city and see some of the stuff you didn't get a chance to see before. The Van Gogh Museum. This one's actually really nice. This is kind of like for your art lovers, for you like something that's a little bit different. And if you just want to try to experience some of the, I say creative of one of history's most famous artists. So definitely this is a museum you don't want to miss. They have guided ones, which I normally recommend if you're doing museums like this, unless either of you've done it before. or you're like, I kind of want to do it at my own pace. The group guided tours I always recommend, especially the smaller ones. And I say this because in these tours, they tell you a lot more than what you're looking at. Because I've been to so many and I've like walked around, looked at it, I'm like, oh my God, this is so pretty. I may have took pictures, all of this. But when I did the guided ones and when they go over the history of what I'm looking at, when it was created, why it was created, things that some of it you won't even be able just to read off of the card, it almost gives a lot more value in your experience. And I was like, oh my God, like I would have never, I would have never known that if I wasn't here. So I definitely recommend this. And this museum is perfect for it because there's a lot of enriches and a lot of things to learn from it that you don't want to miss. This is amazing. So when I say this is a really nice, and I'll put it into act. This is kind of like if you're going for a special occasion, you want to have an evening, enjoying the lights, taking it down to the canal, things of that manner, or even if you're going with a group of friends or family and you just guys want to have a nice evening that's like relaxed, laid back, but you guys get a chance to experience and see different things. This right here is it 100%. And I say this because it's not only being on the canal itself, but it's the views. And while you're going down it, they also do tell you the history, what you're looking at. They'll kind of give you some insights too. So they have a lot of bridges and stuff that you can walk throughout Amsterdam. But these canals, really, you get a chance to view it at a different point. This is also another one. Most of these canals, they're mostly run almost year round. However, there are certain times of the year where I normally recommend it versus other times. And that's just because either it's going to be a little bit more cloudy, you may get a little bit more clear skies, you may get sunshine, it just varies, or you may get rain. So that always makes a difference. But this is something definitely, and it's normally short, they're not long at all. But it's really nice way of being like, oh, let's just get out for the evening, have some drinks, take a nice canal. Sometimes they'll have like little snacks on there as well, but it's definitely a way to experience a different way, or a different version, I should say, of Amsterdam. And oh, this one's a really nice one. So I kind of tell people this is for either have an extended stay in Amsterdam. So this could be either you're there for work. This could be there that you decide to do two cities in Europe and you just happen to have an extended stay in Amsterdam. So you have extra time. Because this right here is a nice day trip that you also get to see a different country, which is also nice. So Bruises, this is from Amsterdam, so they actually pick you up and drop you off, so you don't have to worry about it. This is a full day trip. I do want to say that because this is not one where it's like, oh, you'll be for a few hours. It's a full day. And it's that way so that you get a chance to truly experience the city. And then by the time you're done, you can come back. So it's kind of like, oh, I went to Amsterdam, Netherlands, but I also got a chance to go to Belgium and see Bruges. So what could be better than that? And definitely I would say for this one itself, it's nice because you'll have sightseeing, you have food, and you have another experience you can come home with. The city is really nice. It doesn't favor, it favors a little bit of Amsterdam, but it has a completely different vibe. So the colors, the scenic, the people, which I'm be honest with you, even with Amsterdam, the people are so nice. Like, I mean, honestly, like they're very kind. They're very, like I tend to tell people this all the time, and I even tell my clients people give off the energy you give them. That's just the bottom line. So, however you're going into it being, whether you're respectful, whether you're going into, have a conversation, things of that manner. I'm like, I'm in your country. I'm not going to be rude, not going to be disrespectful. I'm just happy. I'm excited to learn from you, excited to see where we are. And they give that same energy back. So obviously you always have those one-offs and things of that manner. You can't control everything, but you also at the same time be like, okay, maybe someone's having a bad day. Let you have your bad day. It's okay. I'm on vacation. I'm not going to bother. Or I'm on a work trip and I have a free day. I'm not gonna be bothered. So just take into that consideration as well. But this is also amazing experience too. Again, if you have extended time in Amsterdam, or if you've been to Amsterdam before and you happen to go back, whether it's work related or you have another trip that departs or comes back to Amsterdam and you're looking to experience something different, but without you having to like pick up, pack, and move to a different city, this is also something nice to do full day, but it definitely gives you a different experience. And Frank's last walk. So this is actually really nice. I actually last time we were there, we did do this. It was actually really nice. It gives you a little bit of a glimpse of history. It also gives you, especially if you're not too fluent in terms of everything that occurred, the history, even sometime if you may be, because you've either learned it in school, read about it, things of that manner, and you want to know, this is like you can't get any more home than home itself. So this is definitely something I normally recommend. And normally it's not like a long tour at all, but it definitely gets you a little bit more insightful and it gets you a lot more knowledge on everything that happened. You can really take in like, wow, this is crazy. And so much had happened and so much resulted from it that you only can learn it from pretty much where the roots are. This right here is a phenomenal, like literally phenomenal day trip from Amsterdam. Per the best part about this one too is it also includes a boat ride, which between the different canals, between the different water areas that they have in these different valleys and things of that manner, honestly, even though they have a lot of them, every view, every experience, every ride is also very unique and different because you're seeing so many different sights. This is one I again go back to what I said before. Time of the year is everything. There's certain times of the year I will not do this tour because you're just not going to get the same experience as you would versus other ones. But you can't go wrong. You get a chance to see some of the villages along the countryside. You get a chance to experience the boat ride as well as you're going down the scenic, and you get a chance to have lunch as well. Honestly, you can't get any better than something like this. And also, I tell people too, sometimes it's okay to get out of the city too, because, and I say this for any city, the city is amazing, has so much to do and so much to experience. But if you have the time, taking a day trip outside to see it, and you will see hands down the difference. And they're all very good, different. The city is good, the outside is good, but it just enriches your experience. You have so many more memories, so many more pictures. Because if anyone knows me, love taking pictures. So you have a lot of that you just want to come home with and you want to be able to say, "Oh, wow, this was amazing." Or you never know, you may love it so much, you're like, "Oh, actually, next time I may want to do a different day trip or a different type of experience into the same city or the same town." However, your experience is why you were there. This one's really nice. So what I typically tell people is when you're going to different places, embracing it, embracing the experience while you're there is important, but photos say 1,000 words. Um, it really captures the moment, it captures the experience, and it captures so much about what you're doing while you're there. Something like this is hands down because the tulip gardens are, I mean, when I say beyond words, I mean, you could probably sit there and just look over the vast different colors and the tulips and just want to stand there and take it. And that's like one of those moments where if you've ever been on the beach and you just want to stand there and just hear the ocean, that's pretty much the view you get while you're looking at these tulips because they're so pretty. They're the views are phenomenal. And what's better than capturing it with a professional photographer? And you can have these moments all the time. You have it. And you can also have it with whoever you're there with too. So, sometimes you take pictures and you're like, one person's always out, or you're trying to ask someone to take a picture, hoping that they know what they're doing, or hoping that the picture doesn't come out crooked, or they captured it with the portrait mode, all of it. We've all been there. This is the perfect way to experience it and also be able to take those moments home. Again, this one is very important. Time of the year is only in that tulip season. They do have other ones that can get it other places, but for this one, which is the one that I normally recommend because it captures a big beauty of what you're looking at, this one definitely time of the year around the season is perfect for that. Well, here we are at our conclusion. I truly hope you loved everything about this. I personally did. I always say, taking tours, experiences while you're in these cities are so important. They're so important for so many reasons. They definitely enhance your experience while you're there, but also makes it feel a lot more closer to home that you've experienced everything that these cities had to offer. So, with that being said, definitely please let me know in the comments what's your favorite thing to do in Amsterdam. Whether if you've been before or if you haven't, something you do want to try when you do go. And definitely, if you want more information, definitely scan the QR code. In the links in the description, I will also have the link to join our email list, so you'll be able to have all the exclusives. We do have some amazing things, which I can't say anything right now, but that are coming out in the coming month or two. And then in addition to that, you also will see the link to join for a free virtual consultation, which I would love to talk more about and see exactly what you're looking to experience and how we can make that happen for you. Okay. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.